Welcome to this edition of High School Rewind, available on Xfinity On Demand. We've traveled north to Plain City, Utah, home of Fremont High School, as the Silverwolves prepare to host the Brighton Bengals in a non-region competition. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you tonight's game. We've got a doozy coming up for you here tonight on High School Rewind. Let's start with the visiting Brighton Bengals. They come in 1-0, an impressive 23-14 victory last week over the Harriman Mustangs in Brighton. By all accounts, a top 2 team in this state, regardless of which poll you look at. And there's good reason for that. It all starts in the backfield with the junior, Sione Hemuli Lund. This kid last year ran for nearly 1,000 yards, and that was with sharing touches with one Osa Messina, who has since graduated to a Pac-12 power. Back to Sione Hemuli Lund. Last week he ran for over 100 yards and looks to have a spectacular junior season. He may be the next big-time recruit out of the state of Utah. He's got another big-time recruit with him when you look on the outside, and that being Simi Fehoko, the future Stanford Cardinal. Last year he caught 1,600 yards receiving and had 18 touchdowns. A fantastic junior year for the future Pac-12 player Fehoko. The question's going to be, how are they going to get him the ball? Drew Jensen, the senior, was slated to be starting tonight. They found out yesterday he is a no-go. So tonight at quarterback, going to see a little bit of split time, that between Andrew Covey as well as Hunter Albert. Those two are going to be under center tonight, and that's obviously a big change for this Brighton Bengals squad. Defensively, Hemuli Lund leads the way. He led them in tackles last week. One other name that we'll give you to watch out for on that defensive line is going to be Doug Tomalau. He had a couple of sacks in that first-round game against Harriman. Look for him to try to dominate the backfield of these Fremont Silverwolves, who are very good in their own right. They also won in week 1-0 coming into tonight's game. And this is a team that returns a lot of players off last year. They lost Justin Shaw about 2/3 of the way through the season, and it was Saxton Morby who made his debut right here on High School Rewind, the junior signal caller starting this year for the Silverwolves. Last week in their win against Bonneville, he threw for over 200 yards and had 3 touchdowns. He's going to have a stellar offensive game again here tonight. Austin Freeman also returns for the Silverwolves, as well as a newcomer in that backfield, that being Braxton Porter. Going to see a two-headed monster out of the backfield tonight for Fremont. Meanwhile, lots of options for Morby to throw the ball to. We already mentioned Freeman and Porter. A couple other names we'll throw out there includes Bronson Harrop, as well as a big slot guy in Hayes Hadley. He's not the tallest kid on the field, but not afraid to go across the middle and has great speed. Defensively, very, very balanced. In fact, they have a couple kids who will really get after it. Last week they had a couple with 2 sacks apiece, that being Cole Calvert as well as Hunter Beam. This Fremont team defensively pretty good across the board. This series overall is tied at 3 apiece. Brighton has won the last 3. Does the streak continue, or does Fremont send notice to the entire state that the Pack is back? We're about to find out. Kickoff coming your way next here on High School Rewind. Beam to kickoff for the Pack. As back to return this kick from about his own 7-yard line is Dylan Piermain. Up across the 25 to the 28. We talked about the quarterback situation. It will be Hunter Albert under center to start things off here for Brighton. First down, and they give it to Hemuli Lund. Lots of space up that right side as he's ahead for a pickup of 9 yards on the carry. Was brought down by Dallin Pingree. It was a first down. My apologies, as they go on the ground this time with Jackson Kafusi, the senior, ahead for a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8. Hemuli Lund with the carry up that left side, and look at him just shield tacklers as he's ahead, picking up about 8 yards. Think he'll have the first down. If not, it'll be awfully close. 3rd down, less than a yard to go for this Bengal offense. I formation. Kafusi gets it, and he will have it. Picks up just about the half yard, and it will be a first down for Brighton. 1st and 10 for Brighton. Lund brought down in the backfield. Excellent pursuit by this Fremont defense. Is leading the way was big number 67, Cole Calvert. Back to Hemuli Lund. Cuts inside across the 40 and brought down at the 39-yard line is Noah Stanger. Brought him down after a 13-yard pickup. Illegal procedure on Brighton. We'll back him up. 1st and 15 now for Hunter Albert, rolling to his right, now going to take a shot deep down the field. Double coverage for Fehoko. It won't matter. Makes the grab down to the 3-yard line, and saving the touchdown was Darren Sagapolu. But a huge gain for Simi Fehoko. Fehoko had the #1 play on our Xfinity Sport Report last week. Go back and watch it. A similar catch there is I formation to Lund, into the end zone, touchdown Brighton. First drive of the ball game for the Silverwolves. Will start back at their own 27-yard line, trailing here 7-0 with 8:22 left in the first quarter. That's Hayes Hadley, who came around in motion. They will throw it out to him. Has some nice blocking as he's up to the 35, lowers the shoulder before being taken out of bounds by Dylan Pearman. And a first down for Fremont. Nice play design there. On first down, a 5-receiver set here for Fremont. Brighton bringing a little bit of pressure over the middle. Hadley with another reception as he's brought down immediately. On the coverage was Hunter Albert. 2nd and 3 for Fremont as Braxton Porter in the backfield. He'll get this carry. Turns back and brought down. On the tackle again, that time was Albert. Just shy, pickup of 2 on the carry by Porter. 3rd and 1 in a pistol formation for Fremont. Porter, the back, behind Morby. Option play. Morby going to keep it himself across the 50 and pushed out of bounds at the 45. He'll pick up the first down easily. On first down, Morby looking to pass. Going the way of Hadley. That ball caught, and now he's got some space down the sideline. The 10, 5, touchdown Fremont. As a penalty flag has come in late, this one may be coming back. If it stands, it's a 46-yard touchdown. Touchback on the kickoff. Brighton starting at their own 20, tied up 7 apiece. Back on the ground they go and stood up. Not a lot of room there on the carry as the ball was handed off. I believe it was James DeBow with the carry that time. Excuse me, that may have been Reese Kimball with the carry on first down. 2nd and 9 for the Bengals. Shotgun to throw. That ball caught. Nice job right at the 30 and stretching up to the 32 is on the reception. That time was Andrew Covey. First down. Hunter to throw. Going to dial another one up deep. Looking the way of Fehoko, and he couldn't get to it. And now a flag's going to come. The official was searching for it. This is going to be a pass interference call, much to the chagrin of the Fremont crowd. So first down after the pass interference call against Fremont. And that ball fumbled on the ground, and I think Fremont may have it. An exchange issue, and we have our first turnover of the ball game. Silverwolf football. First down after the Brighton turnover. 3 receivers to the top of the screen for Fremont. Morby, he's going to hand this off. And nowhere to go. Excellent pursuit by Reese Kimball that time as he brought down Austin Freeman for a loss of a yard. Procedure penalty against the Wolfpack. We'll back him up. 3rd and 16 now. 3:55 left on a running clock here. Morby, time over the middle. That ball too tall was looking the way of Branson Harrop as coming in was Simi Fehoko from his safety position to lay a good hit as that ball will fall to the turf and Fremont will come out to punt. Hemuli Lund back in at tailback for this Bengal drive. He gets the handoff and is hit behind the line. And then look at the strength as he initially came out of the initial tackle by Montgomery. And then the pack came and dropped him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 for Albert in the shotgun position. He's going to tuck this and run. Quarterback draw the entire way. Gets a good block up past the 15 to the 17-yard line and a first down for Brighton. How about that? Used to seeing Drew Jensen tuck and run. That time it was Albert. Picking up 13 and a first down is Hemuli Lund with the carry again. He's ahead for a pickup of 4. Nice job on the tackle. That time was Hunter Beam. 2nd and 6. Lund with the carry again as a Fremont helmet came off. Lund able to pick up 7 yards and another first down. 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter. I formation, play action, it is. Albert dialing up deep, looking for Fehoko, caught, and through the tackle on his feet. 10-5, Simi Fehoko, #athlete. A 71-yard touchdown strike from Albert to Fehoko, and Brighton retakes the lead. Tack 15 on to the end of the run as a Unsportsmanlike penalty on the Bengals, and Fremont will start off at midfield, trailing here by 7 as they go on the ground, and a nice job by Porter that time just to spin and pick up a yard. 2nd and 9 as Porter motions out. Morby looking to throw, and he's going to get sacked. Excellent job getting through that offensive line by Doug Tamulau. Start of the second quarter, 3rd and 15 to go after the sack by Tamulau. Morby looking, has Hadley. What a catch on that far sideline by Hayes Hadley. Getting a foot down, a pickup of 18 and a first down. Fremont in a no-huddle situation here on this drive. Morby, just barely got out of the first sack and the second sack, and then throws it off. How about that play by Saxton Morby, able to find Braxton Porter. It will be a gain of maybe a half yard, but more impressively, Morby just would not go down. On 3rd and 4, Brighton jumped off sides. It gives Fremont a first down at the 23-yard line of the Bengals. 10:38 remaining here in the second, 14-7 as Porter comes across in motion. Morby keeps it himself, has space up the middle, and he's brought down at the 10-yard line. What a keeper that time by Morby, a pickup of 13. 1st and goal, Fremont. Porter to the back, gets it, running outside, has some space. Touchdown, Fremont. Braxton Porter from 10 yards away. After the touchback, Brighton starts on their own 20-yard line. On the ground again with the carry. And eventually brought down after picking up about 5 yards, as I think it was Kimball Reese again with the carry. 2nd down, Albert rolling to his left, has pressure coming, ball's tucked away, and he's going to get dropped in the backfield. Nice play by a couple of Silverwolves, Cole Calvert, including, I think, Nathan Montgomery back in there to bring Albert down for a loss. 3rd and 11 for the Bengals. Lund in the backfield. Albert going to throw back to Lund, all sorts of space, and now it's Heimuli Lund down the sideline, one man to beat, and he's out in front. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Brighton. But there is a penalty flag, and I think this one is coming back. An 81-yard touchdown throw negated by a block in the back penalty. Brighton with 1st and 10 at their own 30. That snap too tall. Running back, ball still loose. Eventually scooped up, I believe. Not sure who was back there. Might have been Kafusi who jumped on it. 2nd and 26 after that snap went over the head of Albert. Now Brighton in long territory. Screen play. Fremont read it beautifully. Now Albert's just going to have to tuck it and run it as he's brought down at the 16. Pickup of maybe a yard. Coming up to eventually bring him down was Bryant Buse. 3rd and 25. Albert in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. Looking to go deep. If Fehoko can get there, and he can't. What else you going to do? 3rd down incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th down punting situation for the Bengals. Kafusi, and he doesn't get it off. It's blocked and returned for the touchdown. Caleb Hahn. There's some danger to that rugby-style punt, and that time it came back to bite the Bengals. As I don't know, the first rusher made Kafusi tuck it, and then you see Hahn come right in there and get the block, and a huge play as Fremont takes their first lead of the ball game. Point after try is blocked as Kafusi came in, and that kicked right into his chest. It's 20-14, the Silverwolves out in front. Kickoff went into the end zone. The Bengals trailing for the first time tonight, starting at their own 20-yard line, and give it back to the moneymaker. Heimuli Lund up across the 40 to the 50. Well, pushed out of bounds shy of the 50. Back at about the 44-yard line. Strong run by the junior. Midway through the second quarter, 3rd and 6, and a big 3rd down here early in the ball game. From the shotgun, Hunter to throw. That ball caught right at the sticks and a first down, as it was Alec Templeton with the reception and a pickup of about 9 yards. On second down, Albert to throw to Fehoko. And then he dropped the ball. I think he was back on. No, it went out of bounds. It'll be a first down as the fumble went out of bounds. Brighton will retain possession. 4 minutes remaining here in the opening half after a false start penalty. Brighton now facing 2nd and 13. Play action. Albert dialing one up. That ball overthrown, was looking the way of Covey. There with him in coverage was Dallin Pingree. 3rd and 13 for the Bengals, trailing here by 6. Albert to throw to Fehoko. That ball caught, and he's out of bounds to the 24-yard line, picking up a first down. First down after the Fehoko reception. Albert looking that way again. Fehoko caught at the 1-yard line. What a grab coming back for that ball. Looked like it may have been a little underthrown, and an impressive play by the senior, Simi Fehoko. First and goal, Hemuli Lund, the back. Albert will give it to him right side. Touchdown, Brighton. As the penalty flag has come in, Sione Hemuli Lund from 1 yard out, and pending the results of that flag, Brighton may have just tied it up. A penalty on the return, and Fremont will start this drive back at their own 5. It's 21-20, 2:57 left here in the opening half. Some confusion on the formation as Fremont switching players around. Play clock inside of 5 seconds. Gotta hurry. Morby just gets it off as a penalty flag has come in. They go on the ground with Freeman. He's ahead for a pickup of 5. A penalty on the return, and then a first down penalty. 1st and 13 for Fremont, back at their own 3-yard line. Trailing 21-20, 2.5 left here in the opening half. Kept by Morby, not much room to go. His first man there was Salua Messina, the sophomore linebacker. 3rd and 6. Morby looking to throw, pressure, gets this away. That ball caught by Hadley. Impressive grab as he's ahead for the first down up to the 16. Good field position to start this second half. Pistol formation for Morby as Brighton showing blitz. They do not come. Ball given off. Left side, turning upfield is Braxton Porter. Good carry there as he's ahead for a pickup of 9. Second down, a yard to go. Pair of backs in the backfield with Morby. As Hadley gets the toss, trying to find some space as he's up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the carry for Hayes Hadley. On first down, coming across in motion is Porter. He picks it up on the fly sweep. Now turning upfield to about the 46-yard line, was tripped up by Fehoko, picking up 5 yards on the carry. Pistol formation for Fremont on 3rd and 3. Porter motions out to the right. Morby rolling to the right. In some trouble. And then how about that as he just tossed it ahead to Porter. Now Porter is pushed out of bounds to the 34-yard line. And a heady play there by Saxton Morby as knew right where he was and gave it off to his back, and a big first down for Fremont. 1st and 10, stacked receivers to the left of Morby. Going to throw out that way to Hadley. That ball caught at the 30, tries to give a shake, brought down out of bounds, and a nice play made by Pearmain as there's a flag down on the play. 3rd and 4 for the Pack, trailing here by 1. Morby rolling to his right, looking downfield, throwing one up to the tight end, and that ball incomplete. In coverage that time was Kafusi. Intended receiver was Harrop, and he may have just mistimed his jump. It'll be 4th down for Fremont. A false start on 4th down turns 4th and 4, where they were going to go for it, to 4th and 8. Morby back to throw. Scanning over the middle, Harrop, and that ball just batted away, and a great play by Simi Fehoko to come up and lay a hit on Harrop to knock that ball down and incomplete, and Fremont turns it over on downs. First possession of the second half for Brighton starts with 7:21 left in the third quarter, is given off to Ah Chung, and boy, I thought there was a face mask on the play. No penalty flag came in as Ah Chung is brought down for a loss. Should mention the new quarterback for Brighton here in the second half, Andrew Covey, the 6'1 junior, coming in after Hunter Albert played most of the first half and did a pretty good job. This ball thrown out, caught by Fehoko. Now he's trying to turn on the engines across the 50, waiting for some of his blockers down to the 30. Fehoko still on his feet, gives a little stutter and step before going out of bounds about the 23, and then a late hit here that Fehoko and the rest of the team took exception to. We'll have extra yards tacked on after the big reception by Simi. 2nd and 10 and a shotgun formation for Covey. Looking to throw the way of Fehoko. That ball, nearly intercepted. Making a great read on the ball was Sagapolu, but just couldn't quite get there as it falls incomplete. 3rd and 10, the Fremont student section cheering on their D. On the ground they go. Ah Chung, not much room there as this packed defense swarmed to the ball, and it will bring up a 4th down for the Brighton offense. Isaias Bigelow from 28 yards. This field goal up and no good. Bigelow missed it. And we remain 21-20 with 5:06 left here in the third. Play action. Morby rolling to his right, looking downfield, and that ball caught beautifully by Harrop and then shook off a hit, looking down the sideline and tackled out of bounds at the 43, and possibly saving a touchdown that time was Andrew Covey, but a big find to the tight end Harrop, and they're across midfield. 2nd and 10, Freeman motions out, top of the screen. Morby draw all the way and nowhere to go. Excellent pursuit by this defense of Brighton. Once again, it was Tamulau, the senior, bringing him down for a loss. 3rd and about 12 yards to go here for Fremont. As Freeman again motions out. Pressure coming around the edge and just had to get rid of it. Morby, as he had pursuit from all over. That falls incomplete, and it will bring up 4th down for Fremont. 3:06 left here in the third quarter. Brighton starting from their own 16-yard line. Heimuli Lund with the carry, trying to stretch this to the right, and not much there as he's dropped for a loss. 2nd and about 13 for Brighton. This ball thrown out quickly, caught by Kafusi and tripped up, and an excellent open field tackle made by Bryant Buse, as picking up about 8 yards on the reception was Kafusi. 3rd and 5 for Brighton. Shotgun formation for Covey. Fremont bringing pressure. Covey gets this ball out quickly. Caught by Fehoko down at the 29, and a 1st down for the Bengal offense. 1st down on the ground with Heimuli Lund as he's up ahead, picking up about 6 yards on the play. Inside of a minute remaining here in the third, 2nd and 4. Back to the ground. Heimuli Lund turning it back inside, brought down at about the 40-41 yard line. Covey looking to throw deep the way of Fehoko, and that ball batted away. Nice job that time by Sagapolu as Fehoko turned around for it, but deflected very well. Good defensive play. 2nd down. Back to the ground for Heimuli Lund. Bursts forward as he picks up 8 yards as a couple penalty flags have come on here late. 2nd and 18 as we start the fourth quarter. That ball nearly intercepted. Boy, was looking the way of Heimuli Lund, and it was Caleb Hahn who has the block punt earlier, nearly able to get his paws and pick that off, as it is now just a deflection. 3rd down, 18 yards to go. The Fremont students trying to help their team with a big 3rd down stop here. Pressure coming from behind. Covey now tucking and running with it, and brought down after picking up about 4 yards, and I believe it was Cole Calvert once again with the tackle. It'll be 4th down for Brighton and a punt to come. 11:06 remaining in the contest. Fremont trailing by 1. Possession starting at their own 12-yard line. Pistol formation for Morby. Tosses back. And knocked out of bounds was Freeman. Coming up to lay the hit was Max Hool for Brighton. 3rd down and 6. Morby. Shotgun formation, blitz coming, gets the ball out quickly, caught across the 20, and brought down out of bounds as it was Jacob Baird with the reception and a 1st down, picking up about 8. 3rd and 10 for Fremont. Morby to throw. Looking the way of Hadley, caught, stretched forth, and then he'll get back on the ball. And then we'll have to see what the officials rule, whether they rule that a completion and fumble, which he recovered, or if it's incomplete. I think he made a move, and the ground caused the football to come out, but we'll have to see what the officials rule. 2nd down. Blitz came, tossed it out to Porter, is able to squeeze around a couple guys, and then he fumbled the ball, and taking it back the other way is Kimball Reese. Touchdown, Brighton. What a play. Had the special teams block, the punt block, return for a touchdown, and now the defense for Brighton able to get one back off the turnover, and it was Reese with the return from about 37 yards out as Brighton looking to extend their lead now to 8. 8:05 left, 28-20. Fremont starting at their own 37. Getting their alignment sorted out here on 1st down. Hadley coming across. Fake the sweep to him, give to Freeman as he's ahead for a pickup of 2, maybe 3. 3rd and 3 for Fremont. Stack near the top of the screen. Morby to throw, caught by Parker Waymont as he's across the 50 and down to the 43-yard line. A big gain on 3rd down for Fremont. Under 6 minutes to go here in the game for Fremont. This is a drive you have to get points on, trailing by 8. Morby to throw quickly, caught by Baird as he's tackled inbounds, picking up about 5 yards. Another 3rd down for Fremont. They're 2 of 2 on 3rd downs in this drive alone. Screen play, thrown back, and unable to pick it up. As again, it was to Baird, and a good play defensively by a couple Bengals, reading it and dropping them for no gain on the play. I think it might have been Marcus Vehikita with the tackle. Brighton takes over after the punt, back on their own 9. 4:39 left, only 2 timeouts for Fremont as Hemuli Lund gets the 1st down carry, forward for about 3 yards on the run. 2nd and 7. And Hunter Albert back in at quarterback for the Bengals as Hemuli Lund with the power. Nice burst that time, picking up 8 yards and a 1st down for Brighton. 3rd and 7. 1:44 left. Hemuli Lund able to get through the first couple defenders, then stood up at the 30 before a pile forms and brought down, picking up about 5 yards on the carry. 4th down and a yard to go. Brighton brings out the offense. Hemuli Lund the back. They go on the ground and they won't get it. How about this Fremont D? Leading the way was Caleb Hahn to bring down Hemuli Lund for a loss. Brighton turns over the ball on their own 29-yard line. Fremont ball after Brighton could not convert the 4th and 1 and nearly, well, they have to score 8 here. So that ball thrown out and incomplete. It was off target, looking the way of Hadley as a penalty flag comes in. And don't know if they'll call a pass interference or an unnecessary roughness here, but a big flag there on this Brighton D. Half the distance to the goal on the penalty. And in 2 plays, Fremont now 1st and 10 on the Brighton 14, trailing by 8 with 1:24 left. Empty backfield for Morby. Play action, looking for somewhere to go with the football. We'll dump it off to Hadley on that far side. Turns in and picks up 5 yards. And a nice job by Morby turning nothing into something. Under 1 minute. 2nd and 5. Morby to throw. Look in the way of Hadley. Caught. Leaping for the end zone. Touchdown, Fremont. Morby to Hadley. For the second time tonight. And Fremont a 2-point conversion away from knotting things up with the number 2 team in the state. Fremont has to go for 2 here to try to tie it up. Look at this formation. Brighton trying to figure out what to do. Morby throws it out and nowhere to go. What a great play made by Brighton defensively, trying to get a number. I think once again it was Tamulau able to come up and just lay out Hadley for a loss, and the 2-point conversion, no good. 28-26 Brighton, 47 seconds left. 47 seconds left. Onside kick here for the Silverwolves. This, their last hope, trailing here by 2. That onside fielded easily right at midfield by the Bengals. And they will have the ball recovered by Permain. Albert will take a knee, and that will do it. The Brighton Bengals come up to Fremont and have to hold on by the hair on their chinny chin. 28-26 victors over the Fremont Silverwolves. Wow, what a game here from Fremont High School. A lot was talked about with this Brighton squad. We mentioned a top 2 team here in the state coming up here. A lot of press, a lot of notoriety about a team with high expectations for this year. But this Fremont team, this is not a team to look past. And the Bengals learned that here tonight. Boy, we had all sorts of fireworks going all the way back to that first quarter. Couple nice runs by Heimuli Lund. We'll start with that. And then you had the big pass play to Simi Fehoko that set up the Heimuli Lund touchdown run, 7-0 for Brighton on the first drive of the ball game. But Fremont would answer right back, and a little bit of a different game plan. We saw them air it out a little bit on that first drive, including Saxon Morby finding Hayes Hadley for their first connection tonight, 7-7. And then, Simi Fehoko wasn't done, as the big 70-yard touchdown pass. He had over 100 yards receiving in the first quarter. Fehoko did. Stanford, you've got a good one coming your way. Second quarter, we continue to see a lot of offense. This time it was dominated more by the home squad, as Fremont, a couple touchdowns. You saw Braxton Porter with the touchdown run, and then you saw Hahn get the block punt on, I think it was Kafusi who punted that ball away. Hahn with the block, picked it up, ran it in, and it was 21-20 after the Lund 1-yard touchdown run at the break. Brighton and Fremont really going back and forth. That third quarter, we saw a couple missed opportunities. You saw Fremont turn it over on downs, had the field goal attempt for Brighton that was no good, and it was still 21-20 heading into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth, this got really, really good, as Fremont had the ball, starting to get a little bit of momentum, and then we had the fumble, and it was Kimball Reese picking up that fumble, returning it 30-plus yards for the touchdown, making it 28-20. Fremont needed to put a drive together, couldn't get anything going. Brighton had the ball and a chance to punt the ball away and just play D. Instead, they like to go for it on 4th and 1, and what happens? You have a turnover on downs, is getting in the backfield and turning it over, dropping Heimuli Lund for a loss, and it set up Fremont with great field position. You had the penalty, the unnecessary roughness that made it 1st and 10 on the 14, and then 2 plays later, it was Morby to Hadley again, this time from about 9 yards out, and the 2-point conversion to tie things up. What happened? Wow. Tell you what, excellent play by Doug Tomulau. Hopefully we got that right. I've been struggling with that all night. Coming up and plowing through that line of blockers to drop Hadley for a loss on the play. That would be the difference. 28-26, the Brighton Bengals escaping Plain City with the win. And this was a game that, Heimuli Lund had a big first half. So did Simi Fehoko. In the second half, they were much more limited. Excellent job by Fremont, really stepping up and just clogging up those running lanes for Heimuli Lund. We talked in our open about Drew Jensen not being available tonight. His status for the season still unknown. Future commit to BYU to play safety, and there's some question, was it going to be Covey or was it going to be Albert? Albert, the offense moved the ball under him very well tonight. Would not be surprised at all if it's his job come next week when they play American Fork. Meanwhile, for the Fremont Silverwolves, this is a team that had heartbreak last year, losing in the quarterfinals here on their home field to Riverton. And tonight, heartbreak again, had a chance to tie things up late. This game nearly handed to them, at least tied. The tie nearly handed to them to go to overtime. Just couldn't convert that two-point conversion. We mentioned all the weapons between Harrop, Porter, Freeman, Morby. This is a team with a lot of talent defensively. Fehoko got past them a couple times, but give a lot of credit to this secondary, particularly Sagapolu. He did a really nice job, especially in that second half, limiting Fehoko tonight. For Fremont, it doesn't get a lot easier. Next week, they will play Riverton in a rematch of that quarterfinal game from last week, but they dropped this one here tonight to the number 2 team in the state, the Brighton Bengals, 28-26. Want to remind you, you can watch this full game in its entirety in a condensed version on Comcast Xfinity On Demand. Make sure to go there and rewatch what was an instant classic here from Fremont High School. Again, the victors, the Brighton Bengals, 28-26 over Fremont High. And now it's come time for us to award our player of the game. And this week, we're going to give it to Simi Fehoko. How could you not? If he didn't top 200 yards receiving tonight, he nearly did. It was that close. A couple of really long touchdown, another long reception to set up a touchdown. He was all over the place tonight. A huge game tonight for Simi Fehoko, the future Stanford Cardinal, representing here tonight on the road. And his offensive production, a big reason why the Brighton Bengals walk out of here at 2-0 with a 28-26 victory. Congratulations to Simi Fehoko. Come aboard the Dane train. We want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind. For Bill Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. We will see you next time here on High School Rewind.